Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 2 of classroom management. I wanted to, before we really jump into our week 2 expectations, do a quick review of what we did for week 1. And our expectations for week 1 was to discuss and analyze the realities of student behavior and misbehavior, the nature of human behavior, the types and causes of misbehavior, the definition and purpose of discipline, and what it means to exert positive influence on students. Also, the second outcome was to outline the development of various methods of behavior management by 20th century theorists. And so, week one's discussion, basically focused on different ideas and philosophies that have developed over time, more so here recently. I think especially if you're in the classroom or if you're just working with children, we know that our students of today are completely different from our students of yesterday. Our children are experiencing different traumas that we, even as teenagers and adolescents, didn't even have to go through. And so I see the purpose of this course is to teach you how to be proactive instead of being reactive as an educator. A lot of times we'll get caught up in that situation of noticing that even if it's just the setup of our classroom, that can be a trigger for a student, or the way that we approach a student can be a trigger for them. And so if we're doing our studying on our theorists and learning different approaches that maybe we haven't even thought, we might not agree with every theorist or every part of what their philosophy is, but knowing that there are bits and pieces that we can pull away, and that's okay. It's okay if you don't agree with their full idea, but if there's some bits and pieces that you're able to pull out that you are able to apply to your classroom setting, if you're in a classroom setting right now, or even think about later on that you'll be able to apply to your classroom setting once you do go into the classroom. So now we're going to head into our presentation. I do want to give a reminder about late assignments being accepted with a 10% per day point deduction. If there's, for some reason, you're having some difficulties with technology or just other things, life, let me know ahead of time so that we can talk about that. As you know from the previous course, I do believe in grace and mercy. We all do face different things in life, and a lot of things are out of our control. So, week 2 learning outcomes. After completing the assigned learning activities for this week, you should be able to describe theoretical and research-based frameworks for behavior and behavior management through the work of notable authors, and through personal interviews, identify a meaningful piece of advice for a first-year teacher. Your assigned readings is reading chapters 1 and 2 in the Martella textbook and watching the required videos. Now for our week 1 form discussion question, you have a prompt that you need to answer, and here's the prompt here. I'm not going to go through and read it. Please make sure you meet the requirements for the post, because I want to make sure that everybody gets their points. Let's jump into our assignments for week 2 that are due on Saturday. So your first assignment is going to be to complete a graphic organizer of the 8 discipline management models discussed in chapter 1, including the following. Make sure you include this: the name of each model, a brief description of each model, the strengths of each model, and the weaknesses of each model. I will say that during week 1's assignments, you all did a wonderful job of completing the graphic organizers. Again, I just want to give that reminder that you are professionals. This is a master's course, and so I expect to see that type of work with us being professionals, and especially going into a profession where we are expecting our students to we don't want to have the minimum, I guess, when we have our expectations. We want our students to always do the best. And so I will say that you all did a wonderful job on your graphic organizer. So I'm really excited to see what you have to submit this week. For your second assignment, you have your reflection on teacher interviews. That is due by Saturday. And you will interview at least 2 teachers, maybe your mentor teacher in your field experience, about the management and behavior problems they experience during their first years of teaching. You are to go to the Go React link that is in our form, post your video reflection to the following. So first you're going to give a summary of the interviews, and then you're going to speak about what's the best advice from the teachers you interviewed regarding the first days of school or first year of teaching. And you need to give at least 3 different pieces of advice. And then your third thing that you have is to select and discuss the one most important that you will implement for yourself from day one of being in the classroom. Or if you're already in the classroom, something that you feel that will be a great tool for you to implement within your classroom. You know, it's never too late. Next week, tomorrow, or for next year. The rubric for your video is posted here. It's also available in the course, but you're going to post your video reflection to the following, which is the 3 things that I just read over, and this is how the points go. This is 50 points, and for each section you will receive your 5 points for the rubric, and it's automatically graded through Go React. And so once I complete the rubric there, once you submit, I'm able to see that you submitted. I can grade, and then your grade will be submitted to our Moodle gradebook. Our week 2 devotion is "Let not the wise man boast of his wisdom, or the strong man boast of his strength, or the rich man boast of his riches. But let him who boasts boast about this, that he understands and knows me, that I am the Lord, who exercises kindness, justice, and righteousness on the earth. For in these I delight." That's Jeremiah 9:23-24. And I chose this scripture because as teachers, we deal with several personalities every single day in our classroom. And one of the things I feel like that we have to remember is that, we always tell our kids, treat others the way that you want to be treated. There are going to be times that a student will emotionally and spiritually cause you to question, okay, Lord, why did I even walk this path? Why did I answer this call of going into education? If this is going to be that hard, but you have to remember that it is our duty to provide our students with an environment that they are able to grow in, an environment that they feel that they're loved and that they are nurtured. Because it could be your classroom, it could be your words of encouragement, maybe their only words of encouragement that they receive that day. And so I just want you to remember that. How will your students leave your classroom when they're entering in, no matter how they're entering, but how will they leave that day? How will they leave that year feeling about themselves and their situation? Will they be able to reflect back and say, today, I thought today was going to be bad, but, Dr. Foley said this to me, and so I know I can make it. I know I can do it. So I just want us to remember that, I've said before that we all plant seeds in the lives of other people, but it's what type of seeds that we plant. And so I would love for all of us to take on that job of making sure that we plant seeds of kindness, that we remember to be, provide justice to our students, and just be fair. And we have to always remember it's not always equal, but making sure that we're meeting the individual needs of each student. So I'm going to go back to, I'm going to exit out of this, and I'm going to go back to our form because I want to hit on week 3. Computer is moving very slow. Want to give a heads up. Week 3 is calling for your awesome minds to go to some forms. some different modules actually to complete them, and you're going to have to get the certificate of completion and upload it to Moodle. Now, since the website is stating that they're getting a lot of requests, what you can do is try to do a screenshot of your completion page showing that you've completed. If you get a screenshot, save it. If you need help on knowing how to do a screenshot, reach out to me. I can talk you through, or I can try by tomorrow night posting a step-by-step how to do screenshots, because I want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity. I know someone reached out to me, and I will be reaching back out personally to you to let you know that I will take a screenshot, because it's, apparently the modules are really, really good. So we want to make sure that everybody gets the points that they deserve. And if you do have a delay and we have to wait until later, I will keep that assignment open to receive those from you all. I was trying to see if there's anything else that you need to get a heads up on. Let's look week 4. Okay. So yeah. So if you're working ahead, and a lot of you are actually working ahead, because again, I, like everybody else, I completely understand that MVNU is not your only thing that you are working on. We have families. We are working full time, sometimes 1, sometimes 2 jobs. And so if there's anything that I can do to assist you in relieving some of your stress, if there is a time that you just need to vent, you need words of encouragement, please reach out to me and let me know. You are not in this alone, and everybody will make it to the finish line together. And my prayer this week is that you all will have a peaceful week, a week of revelation and awakening in your spirits, and that you will have just a few moments of those aha moments. And so I look forward to seeing your post this week. I will have grades posted by Tuesday or Wednesday. Half of them, I think, Tuesday, and the other half Wednesday, just to make sure that I go through and read everybody's assignments and outlines that you all sent me, the graphic organizers. And you have a wonderful, wonderful week.